Hello, welcome to the poetry reading with Fatal Brains. Good morning and good afternoon and good evening. Uh, let's begin with a poetry reading. Let's begin our poetry reading as usually with a fire, a beautiful line. True knowledge exists, knowing that you know nothing by Socrates. Ah, with that, please welcome uh, the veteran army personnel Colonel Gopal Purdhani. Please, please give a round of applause.
Hello, Prasanna ji. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Go. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Oh. This is my book, which became very popular, and it was translated by two established poets, one in Telugu, another in Tamil. I would like to read a poem, short poem from this book. You see, I fought in 1960 war by battle, and that war was between India and Pakistan in 65. And in that, during the war, what happened when enemy is killed? You go to the dead body to find out the future plan of the enemy and take out whatever documents we can take out from him. There are certain letters in the pockets of enemy which my subordinate, Jesus and other ranks, they brought it and gave it to me. And when I compiled this book, when I wrote this book, I have included certain letters in this, particularly of the, the wives of soldiers who had written to their husbands, and they were pouring love. That's what I felt. And some letters, some poems, what they had written, I had included in this my book. There was a letter by some lady of the enemy soldier, which I have included in this book. And that wife of the enemy soldier writes and never knowing whether this letter reached to him or not. But it did reach to the enemy soldier and he was killed by me or one of my companions. She writes, "My love, my life, you came like a strong wind of summer, which comes whirling around and taking away the heat and the dust towards sky that converts into clouds pregnant with the water. The thick, beautiful black cloud, because black clouds carry the water, rainwater. And there are some clouds which he said I don't like over the white cloud. White clouds do not carry water. So she said I don't like them. And she has written, they start pouring on the ground like water and everywhere around and make the earth fertile, give new life to the nature. I have that happening in the season who have come and the season who have gone. But the time is different, absolutely different. The clouds are not that beautiful because they are thin and white. They are like barren ground, hard and dry. That's how I feel now, under the feet of dirty boots of the advancing army. She was so scared. She wrote, all that feeling, whatever she had that time. So this was one letter. There were so many others also. But I have selected another small point, which I have included in the beginning of this book, just about my country, my nation, Bharat. I recite, nation, O my nation, you are the pure innocence of a child and the shining smile of beautiful dancing. I offer to you pouring love from my heart and a highly excited longing desire of service. My nation, O my nation, you are the prestigious wheel of my wife and the radiant face of my daughter. You are the beautiful smile of my son and the best friend like his innocent love. Nation, O my dear nation, you are the piece of land of my sky and the transparent curtain of the sun. Sun is always transparent. You are the enchanting face of moon and the bed of sprawling moonlight. Nation, O my nation, all that I have really belongs to you. And I owe to you each drop of my love with the feeling of exuberance and enthusiasm. I am now ready to pay my deeds to you. This is a feeling of a soldier who owes everything to his nation. Thank you very much. Thank you for the lesson.
That was profound, sir. That was a love towards your love towards nation. Showed in your expression. That was Gopal Purdhani, sir.
Thank you.
Gopal Purdhani. Please
Thank
give
you.
a round of applause.
Thank you.
Please welcome Richard Spisak.
Thank you, my friends. An honor to be with you. I have two little pieces I hope will amuse and perhaps bring you something to think about. This first piece is entitled Letters, Numbers, and Hieroglyphs. Poets, these curious creatures that we are very careful about our language, and we think and we think and we work and we choose and we select and we remove, we deselect. And this is what that's about, okay? This is called letters, numbers, and hieroglyphs. Sometimes you find you're drifting, sifting, selecting among various letters, lifting, swimming joyous, buoyant like some mythic lifting sift, as my mind confused, unsettled, sifts among them like some sharpest pointed nettle, choice disheveled. Some so sweet to taste, others left behind, provoked, examined, like precious spices in careful admixture so carefully refined. Reaching for some clearfold, careful, lasting meaning, others set aside, ill-used, unfeeling, delicately handled, fondled, caressed with silken fingers like some long-lost infant swaddled. Some disgraced, discarded, lost, others hard-won, at tremendous, even monumental cost. Some were found, yet careful cast aside as crucial part of the precious edifice and artifice, so precisely, nicely flavored, later torn haphazard from the bridge, no longer the honored choice so long savored. Some plucked and clutched from ancient dustbins of meaning, now fraught with awful power, delicious, tinted, delicate like portentous Baroque Romanesque ceiling. Yet, in the end, does the edifice so tremulous constructed served to cross the chasm, solve the riddle, enhance the tax deduction, dot the J. Precisely, exactly what secret message did that loaded message convey? All to spin the pretty petal in the sun, and in the final measure 'twas mere tinsel sequin, or much esteemed and august treasure so hard won. And on. About choosing the language used in poems. And then this one, we all live in countries that are so vast and so different, and yet strangely so similar. We have an area in the US called Oklahoma, and it's sort of the butt of a lot of jokes. They're regarded as not well educated and kind of foolish. I wrote a little poem about this very foolish area. It's called Oklahoma Lost a Teacher. Oklahoma lost a teacher. It wasn't quite sane, and it sure wasn't prudent. It wasn't good for their brains. The tiniest minds had made up a law. You see, if you look close, it did have the tiniest flaw. What could they do turning from education to lies? They definitely weren't smart, and they certainly weren't wise. They would not see what they could not see, no more than they could take a quick stroll across the roiling, boiling sea. They preferred the world to fit in a little cup, and if it wasn't going to do it, well, that's it. What's up? They liked their fairy tales. That much is true. But sadly, madly, they wanted them for me, and they insisted on you too. As if the world wouldn't fit into their tiny little box, they would rather just pout, take off their shoes, darn it, and run barefoot on razor rocks. And it didn't matter to them if they banged their toes on simple facts that everyone knows. They wanted to outlaw those kind of facts. They insisted the reality stopped right there in its tracks. From all the big world, they just wanted to hide, and it didn't matter to them if reality didn't coincide. They wanted their facts, and they wanted them now, and if reality didn't like it, they wouldn't have it no way, no how. But one little teacher stood up to the mob. She actually wanted to teach, though, even if it cost her her job. To show her students what the law had done, she blocked off the library books with red tape, every volume, every single one. She roped off the library right there in their face. She showed them how stupid, how totally and utterly bereft of grace. When laws are quite stupid, it just makes no sense. So out of place, you can't hide from the world, from reality's face. Thank you, my friends. Thank you so much.
That was reality in expression. Beautiful, sir. I like the first one very much. It's how to, balance, while using certain phrases. Beautifully expressed. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was rich. Please welcome Gargi Saha, Dr. Gargi Saha.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for inviting me, sir, on this platform of poetry. My poem is entitled Custard. I remember the aroma of custard mixed, milk boiling in a big pan up to its boiling point and bubbling down ecstatically in the fixed circumference, rising up once again, settling down numerous times until it's thickened to its half. The thick, creamy, yellow, sweet custard was ready with multifarious fruits floating on the surface and a red cherry meditating with dignity. Guests poured in, attracted by the aroma of wafts, and relished the dessert up to the heart's content. Decades passed, and you were no more amongst us. Still today remains the dessert bowls, spoons, and the empty custard boxes. Refreshes my emptiness. The peal of laughter that roared in the balconies, alas, has been replaced by the loud silence. Stillness prevails here rigorously. Who will prepare the remarkable custard and draw numerous visitors in this abandoned territory? Thank you. That was the first one. The second one is entitled Relish. How I like to lap the soft, white curd silently, steadily meditating, still in a round bowl, as if armed to the teeth to deliver calmness to the burning hot hungers. How I like to lap The lassi, served in earthen pollard, rich, creamy, white, frothy, foamy curd, floating on the top, how it satiates the hunger and thirst in the scorching heat of summers, and hearts bless the manufacturer. The round and stout dahi vadas, and with a tangy, sweet and sour taste, jingling on the plates of the travelers from far and near. The curd rice, the hot favorite of many. Curd has many destinies, sometimes just in its original form, or transcended to a new genre. Curd seems to be auspicious. It aids digestion, which is precious. Thank you.
Oh, beautiful. A beautiful reading and beautiful, the theme that you, subject, I would just say, the curd. How important it is to have in one's life. Excellent. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Dr. Gargi Saha.
Thank you.
Please
Thank you, sir.
welcome, please welcome Mr. Sreedharan Parokode. Sreedharan, sir.
Am I audible, Ji? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. First one is Vali, means the route. The route. വഴിയറിയ കനവുകളെന്നും വാതിൽക്കൽ വിളിച്ചിടുന്നു മനസ്സില്ല മനസ്സു തുറന്നൻ കഥകോരം ചേർന്നിടുന്നു കണ്ടില്ലേ കേട്ടില്ലേ നാം കരുതിയതും പതിരായെന്നോ പലവട്ടം പാടിയതെല്ലാം വെയിലേറ്റു തളർന്നിടുന്നു കാണാൻ ഒരു കാഴ്ചയുമില്ലേ കേൾക്കാൻ സദ്വാർത്തകളില്ലേ മൗനത്തിലൊളിക്കാനായി നെടുവീർപ്പുകൾ പായുന്നല്ലോ മൗനത്തിലൊളിക്കാനായി നെടുവീർപ്പുകൾ പായുന്നല്ലോ. വഴി വഴി means road. Then the straightened smile. The straightened smile. Smile is not a necessary action of the open mouth. Smile is not a necessary action of the open mouth. It is a warm affection of heart's communication. There may be several ways to see the smiles, denoting their meanings. For appreciation, for apology, to explain hidden emotions, even to avoid some situations. The beneficiary of the smile sometimes gets perplexed by the awkward smiles. The beneficiary of the smile sometimes get perplexed by the awkward smiles. Even though it is a tedious job to understand the real purpose of it, it is a marvelous mark of accepting sins. Even though it's a tedious job to understand the real purpose of it, it's a marvelous mark of accepting sins. Thank you very much.
You define the smile, sir. The meaning of smile and the ways of smile. Beautiful. Please give a round of applause, my dear friend. That was Sreedharan Parokode. His beautiful singing, singing, beautiful voice. Please welcome Nightingale Career. Manatita Hutchinson. Lantern, you're up.
Yeah, I was still writing away, but there we are. Let's find it. Okay. In the stillness of the night lies the serenity of my unspoken silence. Breath stilled, the mind dissolves, my soul bird soars into a vast expanse of indigo beauty. Wrapped in a joyful intoxication of love divine, I hear the sorrowful cries of Mother Earth weeping. In prayerful union, I feel the pangs of Gaia's beating heart bleeding. Overpowered by a surge of drunken love, like wine celestial, I found myself entreating to my beloved, "Oh love, help me to cry for the peace of your creation." Amidst the expanse of silvery clouds and the bewildering sweetness, The tears suddenly came, even as my breath quickened, and I gradually returned to my earthly habitat. The stars traced their dazzle across my glowing cheeks, while the heart, soaked in delight, blew love bubbles to the gleaming moon. That was one. I prayed for sacrifice. I was shown the blood-red heart of a mother's concern. I prayed for patience. Mother Earth blessed me with the light of her enduring silence. I prayed for humility. The bent tree offered me its shade, flowers, and fruits. I prayed for steadfastness and poise. The golden dawn kissed my heart with its lustrous splendor. I prayed for vigilance. I was told to watch the mother, cot, and child, so I learned how to remain awake. I prayed for light. The blue moon descended and kissed my soul. I prayed for love. The beloved embraced me with the bliss of its golden silence. Last one. I said, open sesame. My Aladdin soul opened to hordes of peerless treasure. Love caressed the inner portals of my heart. I became intoxicated with the joy of speechless bliss. I sang eloquently for my beloved. My lyrics soared to the pinnacle of perfection. My core was flooded by a nameless music, strumming to the rhythmical sweetness of eternity. I searched for love's golden laser emanating from the craters of the sun. My cheeks were kissed by an effulgent dazzle, streaming the unutterable light of the beyond. O vast peace, the door to thy mystery is flung wide open. I now melt in thy profound stillness of infinitude. Mountain Carry, thank you.
Excellent. In the stillness of silence, I hear her words resonate in the realms. Thank you, sir. Beautiful expression, as always. That was Lantern. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Ronnie Tucker.
How you doing? How's everybody doing?
Good,
Great.
good.
I got one here. It's called Panorama Bits and Pieces. And the first part is bits. Blanket me in a cloud of dreams. Such is the illusion, wrapped in the arms of delusion. So glad to see you there. So glad to see you there. Soon it takes over, beyond it all, it all, it all. Close the door to reality. It's over. It's over. I see you there. I see you there in bits and pieces. In the ashes, the flames die down as I stare at the embers. My mind wanders as I leave myself behind. As I ponder the distortion I have inside, panorama in sight seen, translucent to the core and illuminated. All right, this is part 2 of it, pieces. I am a prophet. My stations is in visions. My taste is divine. In platitudes I empty solace in the refrain. In tongues my language is devoured. I am solitude. I am fire. I am the bosom. I am eternal. I am the tetragrammaton. I am the preface. I am the opus. I am the beginning. I am the end. I am me, and I am mine. Overture to the quatrains, the pillars of ancient times, where all beyond dreams, and thought lies in his abyss. Ballads and myths collide, a mystic see-through singular eye. In the odes of Taliesin, sung by the echoes of lost bards, walking in their subterranean journeys through Gothic sight, through youthful gloom and ghostly tombs after the fall, reborn in revival of night thoughts, lost to dreamtime in a graveyard of poets. Thank you.
You're the beginning and you're the end. The mind wanders. Infinity. What a beautiful and what a philosophical take, Richard. Ronnie. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Ronnie Tucker. Please welcome Henry L. Jones.
Hello. It's morning here. It's a good morning. Glad to be back. I'm going to share two poems with you. The first one is titled The Holes I Have. The Holes I Have. It was published in Sinew Anthology and then another publication, Chapter 16. And I'm including this because it's one of my favorites in my upcoming book, Black Skillet Blues, Poetry Without Gumbo. And that's due to come out very, very soon. The Holes I Have. A soft light reflects on my walls, filling the room with cheerful dancing silhouettes, images tracing along hidden figures. Flood in my brain through these holes in my head called eyes. These strange creatures soar through the pinks, blues, and whites of the covers, quilted happiness to the strands and stories heard each night of places and people, then warm kisses goodnight echo in my mind through the holes in my head called ears. Now old, drinking brandy, full-bodied, a calm invades my bones with warmth, bringing a hush, a contentment like those stories. Drinking nectar to rain on the castles in my mind, playful games kill the dragon flowing inside, through the long gutter in my head called a mouth. Yes, years of the living, the dead, the hushed, the moving. Ancient winds blow across my face, scent of old lilies. One moment, sorry. Ancient winds blow across my face, scent of old lilies, becoming a dry desert, once salty oceans of plenty. Aromas persist along the flowing currents, rye from the fields, roses on the bush, strings of honeysuckle, through the downward holes in my head called a nose. The sights, sounds, tastes, and smell of you from these years, surrounding me, inspiring me to paint an unseen image. Many pictures replayed and relived, but longing for you. Those things which I've yet to see or feel for many years. I peek back at those moments, wondering what to do now with the hole in my chest where a heart once pounded for you. The holes I have. And the next poem is also from my book, Black Skillet Blues. I'm an artist and I was preparing for an exhibit and the coordinator asked me, she knows I was a poet, and she asked me to, there's an artist statement, and she asked me to write my artist statement as a poem. And I was like, I like that. I like that idea. And here it is. It's titled The Streams of Hope. Twisted realms of life, delving to find hidden roots, touching new growth, pruning old remains, nourishing thirsty lips, thirsty leaves, twisted folds of time, reaching to grasp stale memories, healing broken parts, embracing shattered dreams, resting tired eyes, twisted paths of flesh, overflowing to find alive, feeling cold marrow, caressing lonely self, becoming numb skin, twisted chaos of soul, reconnecting to stray ends, flowing warm strings, discovering new hope, renewing lost directions. Thank you.
Beautiful narration by Henry. And the first one is very reflective, kind. Thank you for joining. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Henry. Please welcome Alexandra Psaropoulou.
Short poem. Sometimes I write a poem simple and light, without complex theories and thoughts of salvation. Simple and light, without weighing the cataclysms and epiphanies of humanity. Simple and light, without yesterday's regrets and tomorrow's desires. Simple and light, as if we have entered the absolute sanctuary. That was it. Simple and light.
Short and sweet. I'm amazed. You should be 8 minutes kind, no? So, anyways, that is something graphic. I always love your work, being read all this Shwetha. So, please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Alexandra, which has shortest, poem.
Well, to
Please
balance out
welcome.
the long ones. I'm balancing out the long ones.
You're balancing out. Sometimes you write long as something like. Please welcome PrabhaSastri Joshuyala.
Good evening to everybody. One Subhashitam. Aham grahinatra vicharaniyo Chintena purvam manayeva hetu bandeta moksheta mano visiddho grahi bhavedapyuta maskariva. అంటే ఇది శంకర దిగ్విజయం అనే దాంట్లోంచి రాసింది ఈ శ్లోకం. నేను గృహస్థుడినై ఉండిన మాట నిజం. ఆ విషయంలో చింతించవలసినది ఏమీ లేదు. అది వెనుకటి విషయం. దానికంత మనస్సే కారణం. బంధానికి మరియు మోక్షానికి కూడే మనస్సే కారణం. గృహస్థ ధర్మంలో శుద్ధి ఉండాలి, లేదా పరిశుద్ధమైన మనస్సు కలిగిన సన్యాసిగా ఉండాలి. దట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్. నౌ ఐ యామ్ రీడింగ్ వన్. టుడే ఈజ్ అంతర్జాతీయ కూతుర్ల దినోత్సవ శుభాకాంక్షలు అందరికీ. ఆడపిల్ల 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 ఇంటికి నందాదీపం. ఆడపిల్ల ఇంటికి నందాదీపం. ఆడపిల్ల అంటే ఆడ కాదు, ఈడ హృదయం పీఠంలో ఉండాలి. ఆడ కాదు, ఈడ హృదయం పీఠంలో ఉండాలి. అపురూప అపరంజి ఆత్మీయురాలు. అపురూప అపరంజి ఆత్మీయురాలు. అవును, అవునని అనండి, సూచించండి. ఇంటికి ఖుషి శ్రీ మహాలక్ష్మి. బ్రహ్మ ఏరి కోరి సృష్టిಸಿದ కూతురు లేని చోటు ఆకాశంలో జాబిలి లేనట్టే. ఆకాశంలో జాబిలి లేనట్టే. పుట్టనీయండి, పెంచండి, ఇంటికి వెన్నెల వెలుగు. అమ్మ, అక్క, చెల్లి, చెలి, పత్ని, అన్నీ ఆమె జీవించే పాత్ర. అన్నీ ఆమె జీవించే పాత్ర. అబల అమాయకురాలు కాదు. అబల అమాయకురాలు కాదు. అంబరమంత ఆత్మధైర్యశాలి. అంబరమంత ఆత్మధైర్యశాలి. అంబరమంత యుద్ధభూమిని దడదడలాడిస్తుంది. యుద్ధభూమిని దడదడలాడిస్తుంది. అంతఃపుర రాణి అందమైనది. అవకాశం దొరికితే వీర నారి. అవకాశం దొరికితే వీర నారి. సబల దేశాన్నేలువ నాయకి. సబల దేశాన్నేలే నాయకి. చరిత్ర తిప్పి చదవండి. వీరమణుల శక్తి తెలిసి కాపాడి గౌరవించండి. వీరమణుల శక్తి తెలిసి తెలివిగా కాపాడి గౌరవించండి. కుటుంబానికి మమతల కవచమండి. మమతల కవచమండి. ఓర్పు, శాంతం, ప్రేమలో హిమాలయం. అవమానిస్తే అణిగి త్రొక్కితే అమ్మోరు. అందుకే పురుష పొంగులారా జర భద్రం. చెడపకురా చెడేవు. తప్పదు చిప్పకూడు. జగద్రాత్రి జనప్రియ జగదోద్ధారిణి. చెయ్యి కలపండి. జై జై మహిళ పలకండి. జగద్ధాత్రి జనప్రియ జగదోద్ధారిణి. చెయ్యి కలపండి. జై జై మహిళ పలకండి. నమస్కారం. అందరికీ ధన్యవాదాలు. నాకు ఈ అవకాశం ఇచ్చిన ప్రశ్నలకి ఆల్సో ఐఎమ్ సేయింగ్ థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Excellent, Amma, excellent. That was a poem on Daughter's Day, a tribute to a daughter, girl shield, and she explained everything on this, with metaphoric description. Excellent. Thank you. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was PrabhaSastri Joshuyala. Please welcome the youngest, but yet brightest, Mehzabeen Hussain.
Hello, everyone. My first poem, it's called Prayer to the World. I raise my child in a world where one has to tell people that it is wrong to kill children. I raise my child surrounded by the echoes of loss. Cease fire now. Mothers mourn their children, families shattered, orphaned, handicapped. Their cries pierce the silence of the night, while others tuck their children and doze off. A shameful silence on the other side of the world. Bombs rain down, leaving dust, embers, blood, and screams in their wake. Limbs torn, bodies burned, a landscape of destruction, a plea to undo humanity's failure. Cease fire now. Dirty water, scarce food, politics, redundant ideologies, massive graves, burning tents, symbols of a broken world. A scream begins even before another ends. Cease fire now. I raise my child in this world of chaos with a heavy heart, but filled with determination. For though the road ahead may be long and the path uncertain, I will continue to fight for a world where all children can sleep peacefully and no mother's hurt need mourn. In the shadows of war, innocence is lost. Children bear the brunt, their laughs shattered, their laugh silenced, their dreams shattered. Women suffer, their bodies used as battlegrounds, their voices drowned out by the roar of violence. Cease fire now. I raise my child, shielding him from the horrors, yet unable to shield him from the truth. For every child scarred, for every woman broken, there is a wound that may never heal. As bombs rain down and bullets fly, I hold my child close, praying for the safety of everyone in a world gone mad. Ceasefire, ceasefire now. But amidst the chaos, I find a scream boiling inside of me, one that wants to go riling. I touch my son's tender hands as he sleeps. My heart cries out to the thousand of his peers, mutilated limb to limb. I bow down to the Supreme, who I believe is above the divisions, above religions, for a world where children can sleep peacefully. No blood curdling screams, no child turned to ash, no father digging through the rubble to find his family, and no mother's hearts need to wail, ceasefire, ceasefire now. Thank you, everyone.
Wow, brilliant. Ceasefire, ceasefire now. That is to be, echoed and sung across. Ceasefire and ceasefire now. Brilliant. It's very emotional. In fact, I would say that. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Very timely poem that was presented. Please give a round of applause to Mehzabeen Hussain. Recorded
She's
prayer.
saying what we all know, really. She's saying what we all know, but she's expressing it in a very engaging and emotive style. And we shouldn't just pass over it, because to an extent we're becoming complacent unconsciously. And it's important. Love is a live tree, but it has many branches, and she's sitting on a particular branch, expressing a situation which affects us all, and it's very important. Thanks.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Please welcome Anupama Kadwad.
Thank you so much. Greetings to one and all. Before I begin my poem, I'd like to thank Prasanna sir for providing such a wonderful platform. We have celebrated Teachers' Day on the 5th of September in India. So I am quoting one poem based on Life the Teacher. The learning in our life starts right from birth. Sanskaras inculcated by our parents mold us. Parents and siblings are our initial teachers. After every fall, toddler learns to rise and try again. From safe haven of home, we step into the school. Our school teachers lay the foundation of our life. By imparting knowledge through education, they guide us. Our childhood friends also play an important role. At that innocent age, we imbibe what we see. Every person we meet leaves their impact on us. Different situations teach us different lessons. Different situations teach us different lessons. Nature too teaches us valuable ones. Nature too teaches us valuable ones. An ant teaches us importance of hard work and saving. Sea waves demonstrate how to balance as per tide. Rising sun tells us darkness is followed by light. Let us learn from life, the greatest teacher of all. Thank you. There's a short second poem I'd like to present. In our quest for wealth, power, and happiness, we forget to enjoy the little joys of life. So caught up in the day-to-day routine, don't realize how days are passing by. When The mind is full of chaos and inner turmoil. For a moment, divert your attention and look around. Sometimes simple things also provide immense joy. Instead of waiting for the end result, enjoy the process of creating it. Sometimes a little me time is essential to unwind ourselves. A walk in the park, relaxing on a favorite swing, eating yummy food cooked by my mother are little joys of life which I often look forward to. To find happiness is in my hands. So keep enjoying the little joys of life. Keep enjoying the little joys of life. Thank you so much, all. Thank you.
Excellent, man. I agree with you. Little me time is always needed, unwind your mind. And different situation teaches different lessons. Uh, Very beautifully said. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Anupama Kadwad. And she has a beautiful forum. You could all join Poesy Tales as a wonderful platform as well. And you could just join and recite your poetry. We could share the details in the chat box, or you could just announce.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It was Anupama. Please welcome Dr. Gangalaxmi Patnaik and Shyamaprasad Patnaik.
Hello everyone. I am being invited by Brother Prasanna Kumar for this open theme recital organized by Fertile Brains, one of the fantastic international poetry platform. I would like to recite a poem. Title is Autobiography. Poem continues like this. Autobiography. Very often my friends ask me, why don't you begin your autobiography? I manage to slip away with a slim smile. Very often my friends ask me, why don't you begin your autobiography? I manage to slip away with a slim smile. In lonesome moments, as I dig out possible answers, I realize there is nothing so significant I can write about. In lonesome moments, as I dig out possible answers, I realize there is nothing so significant I can write about. I know this world has impelled me to spend more time in nature so that I know myself. Hence, I love the wildflowers. I know this world has impelled me to spend more time in nature so that I know myself. Hence, I love the wildflowers. I love the wildflowers, their free spirit, uncultivated by the mainstream, independent thinkers, bravely growing, wild, free in a world plagued by conformity. I love the wildflowers, their free spirit, uncultivated by the mainstream, independent thinkers, bravely growing, wild, free in a world plagued by conformity. I want to grow like wildflower, occurs naturally with no help from men, grows on earth herself. Earth loves in wildflowers. I want to grow like wildflower, occurs naturally with no help from men, grows on earth herself. Earth loves in wildflowers. Wildflowers grow, provide valuable support for insects and other wildlife, grow for its own joy out of dark moments. Wildflowers grow, provide valuable support for insects and other wildlife, grow for its own joy out of dark moments. And sometimes this mind lifts me to these lands where voices of wildflowers resonate air like hymns, scent sticks to every pore of my being. And sometimes this mind lifts me to this land where voices of wildflowers resonate air like hymns. Scent sticks to every pore of my being. Delighted, I murmur, in my next birth, I shall be a wildflower, here only, yes, once again. Delighted, I murmur, in my next birth, I shall be a wildflower, here only, yes, once again. And my second poem is Sunflower. The title is Sunflower in Love. Looking into bright eyes of sunflower in floriculture, I locate its identity, its buds, blossoms, face east in morning sun. Looking into bright eyes of sunflower in floriculture, I locate its identity, its buds, blossoms, face east in morning sun. People loved, greeted warmly, endearingly, and hugged threadbare, inhaling no smell, treasured in unknowable depth of my heart. People loved, greeted warmly, endearingly, and hugged threadbare, inhaling no smell, treasured in unknowable depth of my heart, where heaviness of energy inflates beyond measure. So I prefer sunflower, its fragrance free, attracts birds which have no sense of smell, where heaviness of energy inflates beyond measure. So I prefer sunflower, its fragrance free, attracts birds which have no sense of smell. Birds adore sunflower for her cheerful, vibrant loyalty, positivity. It is the sunshine, food, medicine to mind. Like friends brings color to world. Birds adore sunflower for her cheerful, vibrant loyalty, positivity. It is the sunshine, food, medicine to mind. Like friends brings color to world. Two friends are like bright sunflower, never fade away, even over distance and time. Two friends are like bright sunflowers, never fade away, even over distance and time. All these years I have been waiting to watch twinkling delight of sunflower, flutter of wings of gold finch, host of parrots and woodpeckers. All these years I have been waiting to watch twinkling delight of sunflower, flutter of wings of gold finch, host of parrots and woodpeckers. This is the end of my two poems. Thanks, dear Prasanna and other poet friends. Thank you.
Beautiful, ma'am. Like the sunflower, and first one is very quite philosophical, some the rest quite a bit serious, like I would say. But yes, beautiful as always. I don't know. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Yes, as always. Please welcome Mr. Shyamaprasad Patnaik.
Good evening, everyone. All the beautiful points of the world. Yesterday we observed the Alzheimer's Day. That's why I written this poem in my mother tongue.
Unmute your mic. Unmute your mic. Unmute your mic.
Yesterday we have observed Alzheimer's Day. For that purpose, I have written this poem in my mother tongue Odia, which I am going to recite. ମୋ କବିତାର ଶୀର୍ଷକ ହେଉଛି ଆଲଜାଇମର ସ୍ମରଣ ଶକ୍ତି ଲୋପର ବିଭୀଷିକା। ଆଲଜାଇମର ସ୍ମରଣ ଶକ୍ତି ଲୋପର ବିଭୀଷିକା। ପ୍ରିୟତମ ମୋର, ତୁମେ ଜାଣିଛ ମୁଁ ତୁମକୁ ଆଗଠାରୁ ଆହୁରି ବେଶୀ ଭଲ ପାଉଛି। ବୟସର ସାୟାହ୍ନରେ ମୋ ସ୍ମରଣ ଶକ୍ତି ଏବଂ ଶାରୀରିକ ଉଦ୍ଦାମତା କ୍ରମେ ହ୍ରାସ ପାଇଯାଉଛି। ସ୍ମୃତିର ଅଳିନ୍ଦ ଦେଇ ପ୍ରବାହିତ ସ୍ନାୟୁ ତରଙ୍ଗମାଳା ନିଥର ସ୍ତବ୍ଧ ହୋଇଯାଉଛି। ଆଲଜାଇମର ସ୍ମରଣ ବିଲୋପ ବିଭୀଷିକାରେ ଆକ୍ରାନ୍ତ ସଂକୁଚିତ ମନ ତାର ଭାବାବେଗ ଉନ୍ମୁକ୍ତ କରିପାରେ ନା। ମନସାଗର ଶାନ୍ତ ବେଳାଭୂମିରେ ଆଉ ଯୌବନ ଉଚ୍ଛ୍ୱାସର ଅମାନିଆ ଉର୍ମି ଲହଡ଼ି ଭାଙ୍ଗେ ନା। ମଳୟର ସୁଗନ୍ଧିତ ମହକ ଶୀତଳ ସ୍ପର୍ଶ ମୋର ମନକୁ ଚଳଚଞ୍ଚଳ କରିପାରେ ନା। ଏହାର ମାନେ ନୁହେଁ ମୋ ଶାଶ୍ୱତ ପ୍ରେମର ଘଟି ଯାଇଛି ଚିର ଯବନିକା ପତନ। ଆଜି ବି ମୋର ଅବଚେତନ ମନ ପରଦାରେ ଉଙ୍କି ମାରେ ଅସୁମାରୀ ରଙ୍ଗୀନ ସ୍ୱପ୍ନ। ଶ୍ରୁତି ବିଚ୍ୟୁତ ବିସ୍ମରଣରେ କେବେ କଣ କହେ, କେଉଁ ଚିଜ କେଉଁଠି ରଖେ ଭୁଲିଯାଏ। ମୋ ବାର୍ଦ୍ଧକ୍ୟ ଜନିତ ଜରାଗ୍ରସ୍ତ ଯନ୍ତ୍ରଣାସିକ୍ତ ସ୍ୱର ତୁମକୁ ଅନେକ କଷ୍ଟ ଦିଏ। ମୁଁ ଜାଣେ କଥା ନ ଧରି ସ୍ନେହଶୀଳ ଅନ୍ତରରେ ମୋତେ କ୍ଷମା କରିଦେବ। ମୋ ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ଇତର ବନ୍ଧୁଜ୍ଞାତି ଛାଡ଼ିଗଲେ ବି ମୋତେ ଜଡ଼ାଇ ଧରି ସମବେଦନା ଦେବ। ମୋ କାନରେ ଚୁପି ଚୁପି ସ୍ନେହରେ କହୁଥିବ, ତୁମେ ଜଲ୍ଦି ସୁସ୍ଥ ହେଇଯିବ। ତୁମ ଆଖି ଆଇନା କହେ, ମୋର ଚିତା ଜଳିବା ଯାଏଁ ତୁମେ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଥିବ। And that was the end of my Odia recitation. Actually, I have expressed the feelings of a Alzheimer patient, a senior citizen Alzheimer patient, in my Odia poem. Hope you like it. The second poem, which I am going to recite, is in English. As you know, sometimes strangers come as wonderful messiah to save us from distress. The title of my poem is God Sent Strangers. Title is God Sent Strangers. Here it goes. Mostly strangers appear like glorious sun from behind murky clouds. Raindrops always usher in rays of positive hopes amidst drought. When some strange incidents of life happen, it astounds us. We leave everything to God when left without other way out. Generous and kind-hearted, strange and unknown person voluntarily help us. God sent benevolent strangers often appear from blue in dilemmas. A gesture of humble gratitude and appreciation for benefiting someone in his adversity, not expecting from him anything in return. Sometimes we misrecollect alleviation of someone incredibly occurred in past. Miraculously, those best people appear unexpectedly, helping us in distress. And that is the end of my recitation. Thanks for watching and listening. Thank you, Prasannaji, for giving me this opportunity to recite my poems in this wonderful platform. Thank you for watching and listening.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. I like your audio poem that was talked about Alzheimer's patients. Is very much needed. Anything special today, sir? You both look damn good. So small. I mean, like, yeah, both Gangalaxmi ma'am and Shyamaprasad ma'am.
Thank you. Okay.
Absolutely beautiful.
We try to
Please give
keep
it
our
round of applause.
fit and fine, sir. That is the secret behind our.
Yeah, I hope you inspire many people like Ross. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining and thank you for reading out your beautiful lines. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome superstar Santosh Bakaya, Dr. Santosh Bakaya.
Thank you. Can you hear me, Prasanna? Thank you so much, Prasanna. And it was wonderful listening to all those brilliant poets. And the poem that I'm going to recite to you is from my book, Where Are the Lilacs? It's a collection of peace poems, and it was published in the year 2016. But the poems, alas, they are as relevant today as they were 8 years back. So this is a poem to Gohar Nazir Dar. And he was a 22-year-old who fell victim to a tear gas shell on 7th November 2015 in Kashmir, India. So this is the poem, a sad one. And we are living in a dystopian world, a very, very sad world. This poem is as relevant today as it was 8 years back. In this paradise, your sojourn was brief. You vanished, plunging your family in grief. From one paradise, you have traveled to another. From one paradise, you have traveled to another. Pack up your dreams, your fantasies. Inhale that serene breeze. Rest in peace, Gohar, rest in peace. Up there, you will meet tiny Burhan too. Up there, you will meet tiny Burhan too. Give him a warm hug. One huge one too, Ellen Kurdi too. And many more tiny tots, who were caught in vicious eddies and left behind their satchels and teddies. Goodbye, Gohar. You will be better off in that paradise. Is our surmise. Not lashed by winds of hate, or gales of malevolence, but touched by a peaceful radiance of tolerance. We know the lakes, the rivers, the flowers, and gardens and bowers will miss you. They'll miss you. Your family will miss you too. But you'll be better off in that paradise. Sleep well. God be with you, Gohar. Come, Gohar. Forget and forgive. Forget your dreams, forget your mother's screams, forget that tear gas shell which ruptured your dreams. Forget this earthly thicket of hate, rancor, and ill will. Forgive us, Gohar. We could not save you. But let me tell you, we have been unable to save ourselves too. Thank you so much for listening.
She would definitely be a bit rough. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
One more poem?
The poem is so beautiful and the recital is even more beautiful. And you have been very, very optimistic about another light, about heaven. And when you are bidding goodbye to someone, you are hopeful that the next place is better than this. And the person who is not here will be happy there. So the ideas are so beautifully written and recited. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm really honored. And Henry Jones, where are you? It was a pleasure meeting you here after ages. You have suddenly disappeared into thin air. Henry Jones, I'm talking to you wherever you are. Your poems are wonderful too. Thank you, Satinder ji. Thank you so much. And
hello, my friend Santosh. Good to see you too.
He's smiling. No depressing thoughts. I salute you. Okay, this is my next poem. A June winter. A look of puzzled compassion would suffuse his face. When she put a gnarled finger on her cheek, muttering through a toothless grin, I had the tonic. Now I'm fine. See the glow? Befuddled at her delusional bravado and her muddled logic, Dad would smile, that trademark smile of his, glowing too at the idiosyncrasies of old age, the idiosyncrasies of his octogenarian mother. More memories flash, crashing against each other. Dad with a tweed cap, white sweater, white trousers, and tennis racket, off to play tennis. Jumping over the ball, face gleaming in happy anticipation of a sure win. Dad in shorts and vest, untiringly de-weeding the garden, perspiring, and Nipper running around chasing butterflies, sometimes running after a colorful ball. I can almost recall that triumphant grin on the canine's face when he caught that elusive colorful ball after many mishaps, as Dad's salt pepper hair turned golden, in congratulatory fervor perhaps. Dad evaluating answer sheets in his beautiful handwriting, crinkling his nose at the grammatical mistakes, taking no break from work, never allowing us to shirk, gushing about the snow and the snowflakes back home when he roamed the undulating meadows with a song on his lips and strength pulsating in his legs, as he expertly shoveled the snow from the drive, as Frank Sinatra soulfully sang, "Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow," and he lip synced. Then decades back, that hot day in June, when there was darkness at noon, a sudden, unexpected knock shocked us out of our wits. Grief struck stood the lone sycamore in our garden. Winter was at our door. This is about my father in this book dedicated to him, Runcible Spoons and Pea Green Boats. This poem of Edward Lear, he used to sing, strumming an imaginary guitar. So that poem was about my dad. Thank you.
Excellent, man. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. It was Santosh Bakaya. Please welcome Dr. Rupali Sarkar Gaur.
Thank you so much, Prasanna. I'm absolutely, I think I don't really need to read any poems. I just want to listen to all these wonderful poems. Mehzabeen's poem and Santosh Bakaya's poem talked about really the same thing. There was so much of irony in Santosh's poem when she said, "You're happy in another paradise, but we are not happy either." And with the last time I talked about us talking about children, but I noticed that when we talk about children in our poetry, we only see, very sad things happening to them, and which is the future that worries us. I also liked Shyamaprasad's poem on Alzheimer. Recently, I spent a lot of time with an aunt who was suffering from, dementia, and I realized that, we just need to spend a lot of time with our older people, and it makes such a difference. Thank you so much for all the beautiful poems today. An anthology called Cityscapes has just been released, and this poem I had written in that, called Once Upon a Time. This is about the city of Meerut where I live. It's full of ghosts. The most interesting thing is, a lot of people don't come to work in my house because they say that there are a lot of ghosts around the house and, we feel scared. So I said, it's a good thing. I'm glad there are ghosts. And so this is called Once Upon a Time. The night shook me awake with a clang. Was it the rat trap which went snap shut? Or were the ghosts back again, lurking around like they do in this sprawling, antiquated house? There are many such houses in the sprawling Meerut cantonment set up by bossy British 200 years ago or more. Scattered lie the broken cannons with no memory and the forgotten graveyards. In churches where prayers and murders are mingled, now flowers bloom in memoriam. God in India resides everywhere. Once upon a time only, white sahibs and mem sahibs strolled hand in hand in the green of the company garden. And on Mall Road, dogs and Indians were not allowed. The all-white skeletons are buried deep inside unkempt, broken graveyards. All ignored. No stone whispers who they are. Bada Sahib, Lat Sahib, or Mem Sahib. We no longer wish to resurrect them and our brutal bondage. At night, you can hear hoofbeats of horses near Prince Arthur, the Duke of Connaught's regal home. Terror-stricken drunkards and drug addicts keep off the streets. Queen Victoria's youngest son's house stands majestic in the moonlit night. In the day, bustling bank now, at night the ATM machine blinks its presence. A sleeping guard murmurs in fear. On some moonless night, the headless horseman can be seen. On 10th May 1857, the revolt began at Sadar Bazaar, Meerut, and spread forest fire-like to Lal Kurti and Topkhana, swamping the red coats and the armory. With swords and guns and bullets and the cry of Inqilab, Zindabad, long live the revolution. India's first war of independence had declared itself. It is these ghosts who now abound in the narrow back lanes of Topkhana Bazaar and Lal Kurti where stacked milk cans stand sentinel and rows of tailors stitch women's clothes. Quietly forgotten is the story of bullets and brutality. Shops sell kachori and jalebi and sweet lassi, and fruit hawkers call out, knowing it's Navaratri. Biryani aroma in the air waft and tray loads of fried chicken await the breaking of the Ramzan fast. Congested with motorbikes, cars, cycles, rickshaws, pedestrians, the city trembles with the life of its own. So this is Meerut. This is the city where I live. Now I have another poem, but one of the things that has been disturbing me, but this poem was written some time ago, and it is about divorce. It's a subject that normally people don't write about in poetry, but I have come across recently many women, and earlier also, who are really disturbed by the lives they've had to lead because their marriages broke up. But one of the most important things is for women to be educated, to be economically free so they're able to move on and bring up their children if they have the custody of them. So this is in Hindi and it's called Naukri Jo Karti Thi. वकील क्या कह रहा था? कई बार फोन कर चुका है. मैंने गरम चाय और मट्ठी मेज पर रखकर पूछा, घर खरीद रहे हो क्या? मुझे कोई सरप्राइज दे रहे हो? सरप्राइज ही समझो. वकील हमारा डाइवोर्स कागजात लेकर आएगा. डाइवोर्स? मैं हंस पड़ी. वीरेन, ऐसा मजाक मत करो. मजाक नहीं है बिमला. मैं उषा से बहुत प्यार करता हूँ. मैं अब तुम्हारे साथ नहीं रह सकता. उसे मेरी जरूरत है और मैं भी उसके बिना एक पल जी नहीं सकता. अचानक जमीन आसमान एक हो गया. सब कुछ डोलने लगा. दूर तक घनघोर अंधकार छा गया. सुना था सच कड़वा होता है. यहाँ सच विष था. सच ने तो जमीन भी हिला दी. लेकिन क्यों? मैं चिल्ला पड़ी. वो उषा जिसका पति दुबई में है, पागल हो गए हो क्या? एक शादीशुदा औरत. वो बहुत दुखी है. मैं उसके बिना अब रह नहीं पाऊंगा. उससे दुनिया का सारी खुशियां देना चाहता हूँ. और मुझे तुम दुख देना चाहते हो. और हमारे बच्चे, उनका क्या बताओगे? उनको क्या बताओगे? तुम मेरे बिना जी लोगे. तुम्हें मेरी जरूरत कहाँ? नौकरी है ना तुम्हारे पास. उसके पास सिर्फ और सिर्फ मैं हूँ. अगर तुम सच मुझसे प्यार करती हो तो मुझे जाने दो. जिस तरह रेलगाड़ी में सफर कर रहे यात्री हंसते गाते बातें करते हुए मंजिल आने पर उतर जाते हैं और स्टेशन के भीड़ में ओझल हो जाते हैं, उसी तरह वीरेन भी कहीं चला गया. सन्नाटा में मेरे आंसू कहीं छुप गए. पति घर छोड़कर चला गया. ये औरत सही नहीं होगी, सबने कहा. लोग घूर के देखते हैं और कभी कभी रात के अंधेरे में फोन की घंटी बजती है और अनजान आवाजें अश्लील बातें करते हैं. 20 साल गुजर गए हैं. मेज पर रोटी और सब्जी की कमी कभी नहीं रही. कभी पिज्जा भी आ जाता था. बच्चे चुपचाप सहन कर गया अपने, और मैं भी चुप रही. नौकरी जो करती थी मैं, हाथ फैलाना नहीं पड़ा, लेकिन बहुत सारे प्रश्नों के उत्तर देने पड़े. कहाँ गया? क्यों गया? तुमसे सुंदर है क्या? अकेली कैसी रहती हो? पुराने दोस्त और बुलाते नहीं. व्यस्त हो इसलिए डिस्टर्ब नहीं करते, कहकर चल पड़ते हैं. कुछ भयभीत से लगते हैं. उन बिछड़े हुए पलों को, वो बीते हुए दिनों को, उन गुजरे हुए बरसातों को कभी याद नहीं करती हूँ. अब जब लिखने लगी अपनी जीवन गाथा, एक पुरातन कथा जैसे सब कुछ सामने आया, तो जीवन कोई संघर्ष नहीं लगा. नौकरी जो करती थी मैं, अभाव का चेहरा नहीं देखना पड़ा. वीरेन चला गया, शायद अच्छा ही हुआ. वीरेन चला गया, शायद अच्छा ही हुआ. This is my,
बिल्कुल.
this morning I was very disturbed by one of our poets who's going through a very difficult time.
And you left me speechless. I'm stunned into speechlessness the way you recited it the way you wrote it. बहुत ही मार्मिक चित्रण किया आपने और बहुत अच्छा लगा सुनने में.
Thank you so much, Santosh.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
लगा कि हम सब लोग ये सारा कुछ देख रहे हैं, पूरी इमेजरी और किस तरह से कॉन्वर्सेशनल स्टाइल एंड द वे यू रिसाइटेड, बड़ा मन को कंपाने वाला ये दृश्य है और अक्सर हम देखते भी हैं अपने आसपास.
You could feel the scene unfolding right before your eyes, and the way she recited it with an effortless elegance, that was wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Brilliant.
बहुत बढ़िया.
Such vista, like simple life. Brilliant, ma'am, as always. I like the first one and with the historical significance attached to it.
You must, all of you must come and stay with me here. Truly, there are ghosts roaming around at night, and it's great fun to go and watch them some days.
I want to meet a ghost at a place. I want to meet. Yeah, and I'm very fond of ghosts. I've written many ghost stories, and many of my ghost stories have won many prizes. So who knows? Who knows? I might be a ghost in disguise because beware, Rupali ji.
Well, I loved ceasefire, ceasefire, ceasefire.
Yeah, it was wonderful. Ceasefire, ceasefire, and the way she recited it, that too was wonderful. Ceasefire, ceasefire.
Thank you, ma'am. And you should write about zombies too. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Dr. Rupali Sarkar Gaur. Please welcome Nayma Chamchoun. Nayma.
Thank you. I'm going to share two poems, one from each of my published collections. When they were young, rucksacks tossed on the floor, shoes obstructing the hallway, impatient hands make a grab for the snack cupboard, uniforms off first, pint-sized limbs thunder down the stairs, full of chatter and mirth. I longed for a time to be the other me, time to mingle and socialize, to fiercely protest and vocalize, to dance the night away, come home at the break of day, a nod to the irresponsible me. No school runs to run your day in the driving seat. Instead, a road trip to self-discovery. All the energy and none of the time, grasping sand to be left with the grains. Plan for a day when time's demands wane, a time when time is on your hands. All the time and none of the energy. Shoes neatly stored in the shoe rack. School's out, so the teachers kick back in fecund classrooms and lethargy. The reserve is sluggish and spent. No will for idle chat or the idiocy it exposes. The mind willing to dance, the body opposes. To protest now, inefficient, no toy hands diving into the fruit bowl, the waxy oranges undisturbed, the longed for order unperturbed, order to make order, of losing control. Thank you. And the second piece, honorable mention to all the men I've loved, and that one infatuation whose charming presence caused a buzz of contentment, for the reunions like illusions, lightening disillusionment, the ones who expressed their souls with such delightful flair, the arms who held me so closely with healing, loving care, the babes whose eyes gleamed with visions of the man who appeared in the turbulence to steady my hand, the minds I ate with a spoon and asked for afters, the humour so attuned to insuppressible laughter, the movements like the flourish of artistic mastery, the discourse fanning the fancy of flattery, the soothing support and easy encouragement, the haven offered and the slaughtered spirit was spent, who saw the light and the dark kept me blind, reveling in the merry mischief of my mind, who built me up, sometimes unintentionally, who loved the untamed ululations of the soul and embraced the raw bareness with gentle console, the crown beats that blazed in the eyes, the sweep of the feet that catches by surprise, the yapping young and the fashioned of old, the sterling silver and the grandiloquent gold, most highly honoured and the most thankful of hearts, who returned the esteem that so indelibly marked, who waved the soul's colours in captivating celebration, beautifying life's revelations. Thank you.
Beautiful reading, and I'm time to mingle and socialize. Excellent reading. Please give a round of applause, my dear friend. That was Nayma Chamchoun. Please welcome. After a long, long gap, she joined us. I don't know where she has gone. Sabita Sahu. Ma'am, can't hear you. I mean, this audio issue. Please unmute your mic, ma'am. Kindly unmute your mic, ma'am. Ma'am, I'll get back to you. Maybe you're having some, connection issue. Maybe you could log out and log in.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am, please.
Namaste to all, everyone. Thank you, Prasanna, sir. Thank you very much. Shall I start with my poem, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead. Please.
Yeah. The first poem I'm going to recite in my mother tongue, that is Odia. The title of my poem is Nari Dvitiya Lingo Nuhe. ଆମେ କଣ ଗୋଟିଏ ଦିନ ବର୍ଷରେ ମାତୃ ଦିବସ ବା ନାରୀ ଦିବସ କହି ଗୌରବ ଦିନ ପାଳନ କରୁ, ତା ପରଦିନ ସକାଳୁ ତର୍ବରେ ସବୁ ସ୍ମୃତି ପୋଛିଦେବା ପାଇଁ? ତେବେ ସେ ହାତ ମାନେ କାହାନ୍ତି ଯିଏ ଲଢୁଥିଲେ ନାରୀର ମାନ ରକ୍ଷା ପାଇଁ ଯୋଦ୍ଧା ପରି? ସେ ସବୁ କଣ ଛଳନା ଥିଲା? ଆତ୍ମତୃପ୍ତିର ପୌରୁଷ ନା ଯୌନତା ଧୋଇବା ପାଇଁ ସଠପଣ? କାହିଁକି ତେବେ ଆମେ ସବୁ ନଙ୍ଗଳା କରୁ ହସ୍ତିନା? Here the reference Hastina is Draupadi. କାହିଁକି ତେବେ ଆମେ ସବୁ ନଙ୍ଗଳା କରୁ ହସ୍ତିନା ଦିଲ୍ଲୀ ହୋଟେଲ ରୁମରେ ନିର୍ଭୟ ପରି, ରାସ୍ତା କଡକୁ ଫିଙ୍ଗି ଦେଇ ଦୌଡ଼ି ଯାଉ କା ପୁରୁଷ ପରି? ହେ ପୁରୁଷ ମାନେ, ମନ ରଖ ସବୁଦିନ ପାଇଁ ନାରୀର ସହିବା ଶକ୍ତି ଆଉ ପରୀକ୍ଷା କର ନାହିଁ। ସେ ଯୌନ ଖେଳନା ନୁହେଁ କି ଦ୍ୱିତୀୟ ଲିଙ୍ଗ ନୁହେଁ, ସେ ମଧ୍ୟ ମଣିଷ ଅମାପ ଶକ୍ତିର। ସେ ଜନ୍ମ ଦିଏ ମଣିଷ ଜାତିକୁ, ଧନ ଦେଇ ବଢାଏ, ଯତ୍ନରେ ସେବା କରେ। ରଖି ଦିନ କିମ୍ବା ଦାନ କିମ୍ବା ପ୍ରତିଦାନ ପାଇଁ, କୃତଜ୍ଞତା ବା ଉପହାର ପାଇଁ କେବେ ହେଲେ ମାଗେ ନାହିଁ ମର୍ଯ୍ୟାଦା ଆଉ ସମ୍ମାନ। ଆଉ ଯଦି ପାର ଦିଅ ତାକୁ ଟିକିଏ ପ୍ରେମ, ଆଉ ଯଦି ପାର ଦିଅ ତାକୁ ଟିକିଏ ପ୍ରେମ, ସେ ଯାହା ତାକୁ ସେମିତି ସ୍ୱୀକାର କର, ସେ ଯାହା ତାକୁ ସେମିତି ସ୍ୱୀକାର କର। ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ. This is my first poem, and the second poem that is in English. The title of my poem is I Surf the Waves. I surf the waves of time, not for fun or to frolic in slush. I float around the world to brighten the visible dark universe and bring smiles on faces. I celebrate life to fulfill the purpose of my being's commission. The unseen hand that molded me, untouched essence that guided me, I pay gratitude with loving energy. Try to create cosmic synergy for my maker with pride behold. Adversity turns me to do the undone. I stuff myself with binaries and all to quench my thirst and fill the zones of world's arid corners. I have endured my self-doubts. I have endured
Ma'am, hello. Your line has been cut, I think. Yeah.
I'll not try. Yeah, there's a disturbance, network issues, I think so. I'll write
Maybe,
the. I
ma'am,
will.
you could turn off. You could turn off your video. You could turn off your video.
I will ride the rough, holding his hands. Stopped shall I never, my resolve stands. I'll now swim to the shores of life, plant my flag to faith, plant my flag of faith to end all strife. Plant my flag of faith to end all strife. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Namaste.
ma'am. We try to create in a cosmic synergy. Beautiful. And please give a round of applause, my dear friends. There was a little, a network issue and this audio could not hear properly.
Yeah, I
But
was
then,
so very excited that after a long gap, I joined and I joined with such excitement and this network, इसने बीच में गड़बड़ कर दिया. But anyway, I'm very fortunate that such beautiful poems I have heard. I really salute them, all the poets. Thank you, everyone.
thank you, ma'am. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Sabita Sahu. Please welcome our first time joining us. Name is Surinder Kaur. Please welcome Surinder Kaur. Please unmute your mic.
Good evening, sir, and everyone present on the forum. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am, please go ahead.
Thank you for this opportunity. I have been writing for a long time now, but it has always been in my diaries. This is the first time I would be presenting, and excuse me because I am a little nervous. So here is the first poem. I am a calm sea. Sit by my side. Tell me your story, and I ease your mind. Tease me, and I tease you back with my curly waves. Gaze me with love, and I show you how well I ripple. Play with me, and I soak you in my depths. Desire me, and I am beyond your reach. Trick me, and see yourself engulfed in my fiery depths. Thank you. This was the first one. And there's a second one. It's titled Lover's Pet. Yeah, she was too coy with him last night. She here refers to the earth, and him is the moon. Yeah, she was too coy with him last night when he was all white and bright, and she was all decked up with the Then she was all decked up the other day when they arrived with sound and light. Days for the rains. So, and she was all decked up the other day when they arrived with sound and light. And not to mention the hide and seek that she played with the crazy lot. This was about the clouds. And not to mention the hide and seek that she played with the crazy lot. And the way she shied away when the gust blew and left her not. She is lovely, frank, and mischievous, but she's also warm and motherly. Never tires with her children, for you are her strength, and to them fatherly. You here is for the son. She is lovely, frank, and mischievous, but she's also warm and motherly. Never tires with her children, for you are her strength, and to them fatherly. You brighten up her day as she lights up yours. You brighten up her day, and she lights up yours, waiting for each morning to arrive, always loving and admiring her from afar, keeping her warm and alive. So what if she's been a little flirty? So what if she's been a little flirty? She's yours, and there's no doubt in that. Why punish us with anger and heat? Why punish us with anger and heat? It's like we are caught in lovers' spat. Thank you. This was actually about the like a love story between the earth and the sun, and with the heat going all around, it seemed as if the sun is a little envious and is all angry, and that just got my fancy, and I wrote this. Thank you for this opportunity, sir.
Beautiful imagery, ma'am. Excellent. Thanks for reading out your poems, and please keep coming and share your poetry. You write in Hindi as well, I believe. So you could share.
Yes, sir. Yes, I didn't know that I could present here in Hindi. Maybe next time.
Yeah. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Surinder Kaur joined us for the first time. Please welcome Shobha Deshpande. Shobha Deshpande, ma'am.
नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल, गुड मॉर्निंग, गुड आफ्टरनून, सबको हमारा प्रणाम। आज हम बोलेंगे चदरंगम, तेलुगु का चस। चदरंगम यानी चस। జీవితము ఒక చదరంగం, జీవితం ఒక చదరంగం. చదరంగంలోని బంగారు నాణాలు కైన్స్, బంగారు నాణ్యాలు అని కైన్స్ మనుషులం. ఆలోచించి ఆడిన జీవితంలో గెలవడం, ఆలోచించి ఆడిన జీవితంలో గెలవడం, ఆలోచించక జీవితంలో ఓడిపోవడం. सोच के अगर काम नहीं करे तो हार जाते हैं. ఆలోచించక జీవితంలో ఓడిపోవడం. ప్రతి క్షణం ఒక అమూల్యం, ప్రతి క్షణం ఒక అమూల్యం. వృధా చేసుకోక నీవు సాఫీగా సాగడం, వృధా చేసుకోక నీవు సాఫీగా సాగడం. ఇటు అటు కాకుండా, ఇటు అటు కాకుండా మధ్యలో ప్రయాణం, ఇటు అటు కాకుండా మధ్యలో ప్రయాణం. వర్తమానంలో అన్ని విజయం, వర్తమానంలో అన్ని విజయం. మంచి మాటలలో పేరు పొందడం, మంచి మాటలలో పేరు పొందడం. దీనితో అన్ని ఆరోగ్య లాభాలు, దీనితో ఆరోగ్య లాభాలు అవ్వడం. జీవితంలో జయించిన అతిపెద్ద విజయం, జీవితంలో జయించిన అతిపెద్ద విజయం. జీవితము ఒక చదరంగం, జీవితం ఒక చదరంగం. दूसरी कविता है, परसों बारिश हुई थी, बारिश होने के बाद जिधर उधर पानी ही पानी, तो हम लिखे थे బంగాళాఖాతంలో అల్పపీడనంలో, బంగాళాఖాతంలో అల్పపీడనంతో పలు రాష్ట్రాల్లో కుండపోత వర్షం, పలు రాష్ట్రాల్లో కుండపోత వర్షం, జనజీవనానికి అనేక కష్టాలు, జనజీవనానికి అనేక కష్టాలు. ఇంటిలోకొచ్చిన నీరు, వీధిలో నీరు, మోకాలి వరకు. ఇంటిలోకొచ్చిన నీరు, వీధిలో నీరు, మోకాలి వరకు నీరు. వరుణ దేవుడా, నీకు ఇది న్యాయమేనా? వరుణ దేవుడా, నీకు ఇది న్యాయమేనా? వరుణ దేవుని ఉగ్ర రూపంతో, వరుణ దేవుని ఉగ్ర రూపంతో నదుల నుండి కట్టలు తెగి, నదులు నిండి కట్టలు తెగి, ప్రకృతి అందాన్ని కాపాడక, ప్రకృతి అందాన్ని కాపాడక, ఇది ఏల న్యాయమయ్యా, ఇది ఏల న్యాయమయ్యా? వరుణ దేవుడా, నీకు ఇది న్యాయమేనా? వరుణ దేవుడా, నీకిది న్యాయమేనా? రైతుల కష్టాలు, ప్రజల కష్టాలు, రైతుల కష్టాలు, ప్రజల కష్టాలను చూచితివా? ఇంటి ముందు నీళ్ల పడవలతో రక్షణ, ఇంటి ముందు నీళ్లపై పడవలతో రక్షణ. ఎక్కడక్కడ ఆగిన బస్సులు, ఎక్కడక్కడ ఆగిన బస్సులు, తిండికి అలమటించు వారు, తిండికి అలమటించు వారు. వరుణ దేవుడా, నీకిది న్యాయమేనా? వరుణ దేవుడా, నీకిది న్యాయమేనా? వలలు పట్టుకొని చేపలు ప్రతి వలలో, వలలు పట్టుకొని చేపలు ప్రతి వలలో, అందరూ ప్రజలు భయపడక చేపలు పట్టడం, అందరూ ప్రజలు భయపడక చేపలను పట్టడం. ఎన్నో మృతదేహాలు నీళ్లలో గల్లంతవ్వడం, ఎన్నో మృతదేహాలు నీళ్లలో గల్లంతవ్వడం. ఒక్కొక్క పట్టుకొని ఒడ్డుకు రావడం, ఒక్కొక్కరు పట్టుకొని ఒడ్డుకు రావడం. వరుణ దేవుడా, నీకిది న్యాయమేనా? వరుణ దేవుడా, నీకిది న్యాయమేనా? నీవు ప్రజల అందాన్ని, నీవు ప్రజల ఆనందాన్ని చూడగ రావయ్యా. వారి కష్ట సుఖాలను పంచుకొనుటకు రావయ్యా, వారి కష్ట సుఖాలను పంచుకొనుటకు రావయ్యా. నీలాంటి ఓపికలు మాకు లేవయ్యా, నీలాంటి ఓపికలు మాకు లేవయ్యా. వరుణ దేవుడా, వర్షాన్ని ఆపు తండ్రి, వరుణ దేవుడా, వర్షాన్ని ఆపు తండ్రి. అస్తవ్యస్తం అయిన చలికి ప్రజల జీవనాలు, అస్తవ్యస్తం అయిన చలికి ప్రజల జీవనాలు. చలికి తల్లడిల్లే పసికందులు వృద్ధులు, చలికి తల్లడిల్లే పసికందులు వృద్ధులు. కారులు బైకులు కొట్టుకుపోతుంటే, కారులు బైకులు కొట్టుకుపోతుంటే, నాకు రెక్కలుంటే సహాయము చేయనేమో, నాకు రెక్కలుంటే నేను సహాయం చేస్తునేమో. వరుణ దేవుడా, ఇది నీకు న్యాయమేనా? वरुण देवड़ा नीकिदी न्याय में ना। धन्यवाद मुझे ये अवकाश दिए से इसको अपने प्रसन्ना जी को धन्यवाद।
Thank you, ma'am. I mean, a small clarification regarding this. Shobha ma'am, జీవనాలు or జీవితాలు?
జీవనాలు జీవితాలు రెండు ఒకటే.
जीवनालू
मनुष्य क्या है बोले तो बहुत परेशान हो गए थे ना परसों विजयवाड़ा के पास बारिश हुई जब।
यहाँ तो नहीं हो रहा।
तेगी नदलू तेगी बस किधर उधर खड़े रहना बहुत प्रॉब्लम हुआ था। तो मैं बोली कि अगर मुझे रेक्टल है तो मैं जाके हेल्प करती थी।
That was Shobha ma'am with her two Telugu poems, one on havoc created by rains, and other one I think Shobha Deshpande is here, ever lively and the smiling, laughing and also is spirited. Please give a round of applause to Shobha ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I love this. We all got together for the launch of Manishatru, Gopal ma'am, and Molly ma'am, who got, Asian Literary Society Award for the children books, Billu, Tillu, and Dillu. Adventures of Billu, Dillu and Trillu. Please welcome Dr. Mari Joseph.
Thank you, dears. Thank you, Prasanna, for sharing this good news. Because as you know, sometimes when I do present, my grandchildren are in and around. Two heroes, Billu and Dillu. Working at Adventures, the first one also got the award, and the second series I'm writing for children because these days I feel it's nice. Let us mold young little minds also with stories and messages. Okay? This 29th, I am taking them to receive it because it is their story. They give me the idea. It was wonderful listening to the brilliant poems today. Breathlessly, I was following each. And now I feel I'll take you to a different mood. Because in Kerala, we have had our Onam. Sreedharan is there listening. You know, Onam is a time of togetherness. Because in our villages, it seems like they are turning fast into old age homes. Children have fled for their fortune to foreign lands. But for Onam, they come around, flock around. Togetherness is what we mean by Onam. And that sense of unity when all together, forgetting caste, creed, everything. We have our open dinners, everything. But then, when Onam is gone, it seems there exists only the kind of emptiness that is engulfing each household. And I live especially in a village which is full of old parents, sometimes widowers. But Onam was full for them because children, despite all the troubles they took, they made it with their parents. So I'll just recite a few lines because I'm a bilingual poet like Sreedharan to set in the mood. So here it goes, little bit in Malayalam, and then I turn to my English version for it. ഒഴിഞ്ഞ ഓണങ്ങൾ ഓണം വന്നിറങ്ങിപ്പോയി ഒത്തുചേരലിൻ സുഖം ഓർമ്മയിൽ മാത്രമായി ഓണം വന്നിറങ്ങിപ്പോയി നിറഞ്ഞ ഓർമ്മകൾ തൻ നിഴൽപ്പാടുകൾ മാത്രം ഒഴിഞ്ഞ തളങ്ങളിൽ സാന്ദ്രമായി നിലകൊണ്ടു മുത്തശ്ശി കഥ കേൾക്കാൻ മുത്തശ്ശി പാട്ടു കേൾക്കാൻ നെഞ്ചു ചേർന്നണഞ്ഞൊര പൈതങ്ങൾ യാത്രയായി ഓണപ്പൂ പറിക്കലും പൂക്കളം നിരത്തലും ഒച്ച വയ്ക്കലും തീർന്ന് ഇനിയും വരാമെന്ന് ആവർത്തിച്ചാവർത്തിച്ച് ചൂടും മാസം മാനിച്ച് കുഞ്ഞോമനകൾ നീങ്ങി വീടുറങ്ങിപ്പോയി വീണ്ടും വാർദ്ധക്യജന്മങ്ങളും ഒഴിഞ്ഞ മുറികളും മാറല തൂങ്ങാൻ കാത്തു നരച്ച ഓർമ്മകൾ തൻ പുറ്റുകൾ വലുതായി ശീതലായിരിക്കുവാൻ മടക്കുക സേരയിൽ മൗനങ്ങൾ ഇടം തേടി. So you get the sad feel of it, the emptiness. Here I render it in my English version. Fullness, emptiness, the swells and ebbs of autumn waves gone. How high it vaulted up, those hectic waves, up uproarious. Boat races speeding, squashing backwaters. People free from COVID cocoons in common get-togethers. Feasts, fun games, dance, drum beats, panic shopping. So much of drama around. Far off nuclear families flocking up ancestral homes. Old sunken eyes glistening in joyous reunion. The ebbs take the inevitable exodus. Silence descends. The courtyard filled with children's noises, empty. Old age reclines on the armchair, staring into the void. Back again in the rut, nothing to hope for, nothing to wait for. Desolation fumbles upon a consolation. Ha! Lucky to have had one more honor. Thank you, dears. I'm sorry if I took too much of time. Thank you.
We love your,
Let me say a word in this connection. Can I say a word in this connection, G? Yeah. And silence sits in the armchair. Yeah, silence. When everybody is withered, we cannot say for sure that what will happen the next moment. Or the next moment we can consider. One is a festival. We are united and our ambitions are united and we can embrace. But we cannot say for sure tomorrow what will happen. That's why. So silence is sitting in the armchair. That's right. Okay, it's nice. Okay.
Thank you, Sreedharan. Thank you, dears. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. I love the way you sing the song and presented. So
Thank you.
beautiful. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Satinder Kaur, Miss Satinder Kaur.
Thank you. Thank you, Prasanna ji, and good evening to all the brilliant poets on this platform. And I really feel honored to be amongst all of you. And today I'll first recite a poem in Punjabi and then its translation in Hindi. So the poem is about the seasons of mind, and Punjabi is Man Diyan Rutan. Man Diyan Rutan. So the poem goes like this. Jad jad ਇਕੱਲਾਪਨ ਸਤਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਜਦ ਜਦ ਇਕੱਲਾਪਨ ਸਤਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਝਾਂਕ ਲੈਂਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਬਗੀਚੇ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਝਾਂਕ ਲੈਂਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਬਗੀਚੇ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਫੁੱਲ ਹਰ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸਲਾਮ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਫੁੱਲ ਹਰ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸਲਾਮ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਦਾਸੀ ਦੇ ਘਾਹ ਪੱਤਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਡਰਾ ਦੂਰ ਘੱਲਦੇ ਉਦਾਸੀ ਦੇ ਘਾਹ ਪੱਤਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਡਰਾ ਦੂਰ ਘੱਲਦੇ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਅਤ ਮੈਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਰੰਗੀਨ ਖੁਸ਼ਬੂਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਅਤ ਮੈਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਰੰਗੀਨ ਖੁਸ਼ਬੂਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਘੁੰਮਾਂ ਬਗੀਚੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਘੁੰਮਾਂ ਬਗੀਚੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੱਥ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੱਥ ਪਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੱਥ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੱਥ ਪਾ ਠੰਡੀ ਹਵਾ ਦੀ ਮੰਦ ਮੰਦ ਛੋ ਮੈਂ ਮਹਿਸੂਸਾਂ ਠੰਡੀ ਹਵਾ ਦੀ ਮੰਦ ਮੰਦ ਛੋ ਮੈਂ ਮਹਿਸੂਸਾਂ ਦੌੜਾਂ ਸ਼ਰਾਰਤੀ ਤਿਤਲੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਅੱਧ ਸੁੱਤੀਆਂ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਦੌੜਾਂ ਸ਼ਰਾਰਤੀ ਤਿਤਲੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਅੱਧ ਸੁੱਤੀਆਂ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਨੱਚਦੀਆਂ ਚਟਕਾਰੇ ਮਾਰਦੀਆਂ ਸ਼ਹਿਦ ਦੀਆਂ ਮੱਖੀਆਂ ਨੱਚਦੀਆਂ ਚਟਕਾਰੇ ਮਾਰਦੀਆਂ ਸ਼ਹਿਦ ਦੀਆਂ ਮੱਖੀਆਂ ਪਰਾਗ ਜੋ ਲੱਗਾ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜੀਭ ਉੱਤੇ ਪਰਾਗ ਜੋ ਲੱਗਾ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜੀਭ ਉੱਤੇ ਚਹਿਚਹਾਉਂਦੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਡੁੱਬੇ ਪੰਛੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਸਾਥੀਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਚਹਿਚਹਾਉਂਦੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਡੁੱਬੇ ਪੰਛੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਸਾਥੀਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਬਗੀਚਾ ਬਸੰਤ ਦੀ ਮਸਤੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਡੁੱਬਿਆ ਬਗੀਚਾ ਬਸੰਤ ਦੀ ਮਸਤੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਡੁੱਬਿਆ ਖਿੱਚਦਾ ਹੈ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬਾਹਰ ਖਿੱਚਦਾ ਹੈ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬਾਹਰ ਡਰਾਵਨੇ ਤੇ ਉਦਾਸ ਪਤਝੜੀ ਵਿਚਾਰਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਡਰਾਵਨੇ ਤੇ ਉਦਾਸ ਪਤਝੜੀ ਵਿਚਾਰਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਭਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਮੇਰੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਭਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਮੇਰੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਮਸਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਜੀਣ ਦਾ ਸਲੀਕਾ ਮਸਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਜੀਣ ਦਾ ਸਲੀਕਾ ਧਕੇਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਦੂਰ ਪੁਰਜ਼ੋਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਬੇਰਹਿਮ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲ ਚੁਣੌਤੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਧਕੇਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਦੂਰ ਪੁਰਜ਼ੋਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਬੇਰਹਿਮ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲ ਚੁਣੌਤੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ Thank you. Now, here is a translation of the same poem into English. Seasons of Mind. I peep into the garden of my mind. I peep into the garden of my mind whenever engulfed by my loneliness. Whenever engulfed by my loneliness. Various flowers extend their greetings galore. Various flowers extend their greetings galore, hushing aside the dried weeds of sadness. Hushing aside the dried weeds of sadness. How safe and secure I feel among the fragrant colors. How safe and secure I feel among the fragrant colors. Putting my hand in theirs, walk through the garden. Putting my hand in theirs, walk through the garden, making me feel the gentle touch of cool breeze. Making me feel the gentle touch of cool breeze. My sleepy eyes try to run after the mischievous butterflies. My sleepy eyes try to run after the mischievous butterflies. The honeybees swirling, smacking their lips. The honeybees swirling, smacking their lips. The pollen still tickling their taste buds. The pollen still tickling their taste buds. Birds chirping, cuddling, playing with their partners. Birds chirping, cuddling, playing with their partners. The garden, overflowing with the essence of spring, pulls me out from the load of frightening, pensive, autumnal thoughts. The garden, overflowing with the essence of spring, pulls me out from the load of frightening, pensive, autumnal thoughts, infusing the hope, zest, and melody of existence. Infusing the hope, zest, and melody of existence, kicking with vigor the poisonous trail of unrelenting challenges. Kicking with vigor the poisonous trail of unrelenting challenges. Thank you.
Beautiful description, ma'am. Yes, beautiful reading as well. Thank you for coming and presenting, and please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Miss Satinder Kaur.
ब्यूटीफुल पोएम मैम सतिंदर मैम सुन के पंजाबी मजा आ गया It was fantastic.
Thank you.
ਪਿੰਡ
Thank
ਦੀ
you.
ਯਾਦ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ poem ਯਾਦ ਕਰਾਤੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ. Next time I'll be presenting my Punjabi poem to you.
Okay. I'll
ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ
listen to you.
yeah, it was very nice listening and ਜਿਹੜਾ touch ਸੀਗਾ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ pure ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਲਈ ਤੋਂ दिल भागवा होगा सुन के. मुझे लग रहा है मुझे
Thank you.
मेरी नंगल की धरती चंडीगढ़ नंगल पूरा मेरे को उधर घुमा के रख दिया आपने पूरा पंजाब की सैर करा. मुझे अपनी पोएम याद आ गई. बहुत अच्छा लगा. इट वाज वेरी नाइस मैम. वेरी
Thank you
नाइस.
so
थैंक यू मैम. थैंk you.
Thank you, ma'am. Please welcome Saraswati Poshwal.
गुड मॉर्निंग, गुड इवनिंग, नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल, आदाब, सलाम. कैसे हैं आप सब? उम्मीद है all are doing well. So I'll present my poem today. Firstly, I would like to wish you all happy Daughters Day. Happy Daughters Day to all. So my first poem is on this special day for the daughters in English. The title of my poem is Daughters Are Angels. Daughters are angels. Daughters are angels. They are pride. Very few are lucky to have them in their life. Daughters are angels. They are pride. Very few are lucky to have them in their life. Beautiful is their heart. They do all the best. Beautiful is their heart. They do all the best in the attempts of life. They are bedmaker of their lives. They are bedmaker of their lives. They make the family happy. They make the family happy and tie the snap threads with love. They are bedmakers of their life. They make the family happy and tie the snapped threads with love. They are chirping sparrows. They are chirping sparrows. Nothing is complete in world without them. They are chirping sparrows. Nothing is complete in this world without them. With their melodious smile, with their melodious smile, they harmonize. They harmonize. They are God's angel. They harmonize. They are God's angel to teach the wisdom of life. To teach the wisdom of life. They teach to be sentimental. They teach to be sentimental, where to stay with pride. They teach to be sentimental, where to stay with pride. They adore all family, no matter who is young, who is old, no matter who is young, who is old. They enrich every heart. They enrich every heart with the jovial echoes in every corner of the house. They enrich every heart with the jovial echoes in every corner of the house. Daughters are the angels of our life. This was my English poem. I'll recite my one Hindi poem. May I, Prasanna ji? क्यों? मेरी कविता का शीर्षक है क्यों. क्यों ये मन बेचैन है कुछ पाने को. क्यों ये मन बेचैन है कुछ पाने को. क्यों तड़पता है अपनत्व को. क्यों तड़पता है अपनत्व को. क्यों रिश्तों से भरे बाजार में भाता नहीं कुछ भी मन को. क्यों रिश्तों से भरे बाजार में भाता नहीं कुछ भी मन को. क्यों सौदेबाजी व दिखावे से दूर ढूंढता है मन किसी को. क्यों सौदेबाजी व दिखावे से दूर ढूंढता है मन किसी को. क्यों प्यार का वो एहसास नहीं जीवन में जो आनंदित करे मन को. क्यों प्यार का वो एहसास नहीं जीवन में जो आनंदित करे मन को. क्यों भीड़ में ही अकेलापन अक्सर महसूस होता है मुझको. क्यों भीड़ में भी अकेलापन अक्सर महसूस होता है मुझको. क्यों और कब तक समझौतों के रिश्तों से समझाती फिरूं मन को. क्यों और कब तक समझौतों के रिश्तों से समझाती फिरूं मन को. क्यों नहीं उस घुटन और तड़प का कोई इलाज पाता नहीं अब तक किसी को. क्यों नहीं इस घुटन और तड़प का कोई इलाज पाता नहीं किसी को. क्यों और कब तक हम झेले इस खोखले समाज और आडंबरों को. क्यों और कब तक हम झेलें इस खोखले समाज और आडंबरों को. क्यों नहीं सब कुछ साफ साफ सा है जो दिखे सबको. क्यों नहीं सब कुछ साफ साफ सा है जो दिखे सबको. क्यों नहीं कोई सरल सा है जो सहज समय समझ आए सबको. क्यों नहीं कोई सरल सा है जो समझ आए सबको. क्यों नहीं कोई प्यारा सा, क्यों नहीं कोई प्यारा सा जिस पर प्यार आए सबको, क्यों नहीं कोई प्यारा सा जिस पर प्यार आए सबको, क्यों नहीं कोई ऐसा जो समझे सबको, क्यों नहीं कोई ऐसा जो समझे सबको, क्यों नहीं है कोई जो निस्वार्थ प्यार करे, क्यों नहीं है कोई जो सबको निस्वार्थ प्यार करे, क्यों इस बड़ी सी दुनिया में, क्यों इस बड़ी सी दुनिया में हमारी छोटी सी दुनिया कभी नहीं मिलती है हमको, क्यों इस बड़ी सी दुनिया में हमारी छोटी सी दुनिया कभी नहीं मिलती है हमको, क्यों मन बेचैन है कुछ पाने को, क्यों मन बेचैन है कुछ पाने को।
Excellent. Profound poem, whereas Kyun. Very thought-provoking. Really.
बहुत से क्वेश्चंस पूछे हैं और सबके जवाब मिलने चाहिए।
सबको वो सवाल भी मैंने किए और जवाब भी मैं नहीं दूंगी, ये तो सबके लिए है, बिकॉज ये सवाल तो सबकी जिंदगी में
मैं
है कि
वही
हम
कह
लोग।
रही हूँ कि हम लोगों ने ढूंढने हैं, आपने बता दिए क्वेश्चंस और सबके लिए ढूंढने के लिए एक
हाँ,
असाइनमेंट मिल गई है।
असाइनमेंट मिल गई कि कुछ पूछा है मैंने कि लाइफ में क्यों समझौते ही हैं हर जगह, रिलेशन में एडजस्टमेंट्स हैं, दुनिया में छोटे बड़े, सो मेनी थिंग्स यू नो। थैंक यू, उम्मीद है आपको पसंद आई होगी। धन्यवाद, थैंक यू सो मच मैम, थैंक यू प्रसन्ना जी, एवरीवन वाज वेरी नाइस, बड़ा अच्छा लगा सबको सुन के, धन्यवाद।
Please give, my dear friends, please welcome Miss Sneha Goel.
Thank you for the lovely poem, Saraswati ji. I enjoyed listening to all the poems today. And thank you, Surinder, for joining. And I'll start my poem recitation. So today I had to sit and write a poem because it's my turn to recite again, without metaphor, simile, with some scattered alliteration. Let's see if you find it a poem or just a cry of a woman. Leading a life of ordinary, she doesn't know her history. Cleaning, sweeping, and cooking, she has given India innumerable victories. She is the only one in every household, but she still doesn't know. Carrying water from shore to scullery, she created so many intellectuals. Her credit is long due. She doesn't know what her sacrifices did. Burying herself into so-called menial house chores, she left men free to shape India of Nehru's dreams. Today she juggles between house and work, steeling herself from harsh world, struggling, thinking what little she can do to create India of her dreams for her loved ones. If we don't give her the credit today, she will pass away, thinking how little she has done, compared to those she made capable of, because she still doesn't know the weight of her due credit. Now, next is one Hindi poem. So, this is something that I'm learning nowadays. कविताओं का लुत्फ उठाना भी एक कला है, वही सीख रही हूँ आजकल। गजलों और शायरियों में खुद को ढूंढ रही हूँ आजकल। पढ़कर कुछ पंक्तियां उन्हें समझ रही हूँ आजकल। चाय की चुस्कियों से उन्हीं की चर्चा करती हूँ आजकल। अब तक समझी नहीं पर समझ रही हूँ आजकल। कविताओं का लुत्फ उठाना भी एक कला है, वही सीख रही हूँ आजकल। मुश्किल शब्दों में आसान सी बात कर जाना और आसान शब्दों में मुश्किल, एक कवि महाराज की ये बातें समझ रही हूँ आजकल। कुछ पंक्तियां पढ़ रही हूँ, कुछ शब्द तोल रही हूँ, शायद मुझ पर भी कुछ लिखा हो, यही टटोल रही हूँ आजकल। Thank you. Nowadays I'm reading Rahat Indori ji, and I have written this poem on him. Thank you so much.
आजकल बहुत कुछ हो रहा है, तो फिर सीखना सिखाना बहुत कुछ।
Yes, sir.
Learning and learning. Very beautiful and very powerful. Beautifully, I mean, like your presentation today. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends.
मैंने सवाल डाल दिए इतने सारे, और स्नेहा जी ने आज अपनात्व सिखा दिया कैसे करना है हम लोगों को आजकल। आजकल गौर करें, सब गौर करने के ऊपर ही पोएम हो गई है। Very nice.
Exactly.
बहुत अच्छा लगा सुन के. Thank you.
Please welcome Maria.
Good evening, everyone. Happy to be with you all. Thanks, Prasanna, for the opportunity. I have two poems for today, one in English and the other one in Portuguese, my mother tongue. Hope you don't mind. They are very short. The first one is titled Why Flowers Grow. The bird got a friend, a butterfly, that visits the flowers as he usually does. Jealousy of one another they do not have. Why? Both of them learned to appreciate beauty, as well as sip the nectar, and dancing among flowery bowls without knowing, they multiply spring season along the journey of their warmth. Well, this was the first one. And the second one is called Saudade. Saudade is a feeling that we all have for those that we lost or for those that are not near us. Saudade. Saudade, palavra triste, que tem idade, jovem ou antiga, mas sempre o mesmo sentido. No peito carrega aperto, sempre que se lembra de quem partiu sem despedida, ou de quem antes de partir disse adeus. Saudade é o que se sente nas noites de outono ou qualquer outra estação do ano. É querer o estar presente de quem está ausente. É chorar cheio de vontade que o passado volte, que escreva um futuro diferente para ter quem partiu novamente. Saudade é o que sentimos do ombro amigo e que agora não está mais conosco. Saudade, por esta noite acalma o pranto, mas deixa que doces lembranças saciem nossa dor. That's it. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for reading out in Portuguese, Maria. We loved your presentation, the poem in their mother tongue. I hope you will read more in the coming weeks. Thank you. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Maria.
Thank
Please
you.
welcome Isaac. Please welcome Isaac Cohen. Isaac. Isaac, please unmute your mic.
Yes, yes. How are you, friends? Isaac Cohen, the winner forever. I am a wandering Jew, went from fire to shoot. The ops wrap me. I fly to events, solace my mind like a phoenix. I will renew my life and win. And the second, Isaac Cohen, love. I lost. I lost in your eyes. Now I live in your heart. Thank you, and I hope the peace come soon. Oh God, give me only peace and love. Thank you, all my friends.
Thank you, Isaac. Definitely,
Yeah,
please.
thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Isaac Cohen. Please welcome Millie Das.
Uh,
Millie ma'am, please unmute your mic. Millie ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Yes, good evening. Thank you. As today is Daughter's Day, I am going through my poem, Dream of Equality. I have a dream. The dream is the soul of equality. Don't like colors. Don't judge anyone by black or red or green or white. Women always fight for their right. Men and women both have equal rights and opportunities. Till now, many parents save money for their sons' education and daughters' marriage. In our society, girls have to take permission, but boys don't need these things. Every woman should be financially independent. Women have the power to change the world, but they face barriers in different fields. I like the powers of mankind. I like at first our society needs to be educated. We have to faith on mankind. I have a dream of equality. If we change our mentality, if we change our thinking, if we judge everyone by equality, then we can change our society. We should respect everyone. We are human beings. If we should treat each other by equality, either male or female, one day we must see the better world. This was my first poem, Dream of Equality. And my second one is Daughter of Nature. Thy eyes are watching the earth and telling to the soil, take me in your soul. One drop of water is falling on your cheeks and trembling your lips. How gorgeous you are! Never have. What a soothing face I don't have seen in my life. A beautiful band covering your hair. You look like a princess. Dry lips and petals falling and falling on your head to mouth, mouth to lips, lips to chest and all parts of your body. You look like a banyan tree. It wants to tell something. You look at the blue sky. It is uttering shoutedly, how wonderful you are. You look like a light of the sun. It laughing and telling, who is the lady? God gifted of the earth. I want to tell you, don't cry. You don't cry. Though you are too blackish, yes, you are the most charming lady for nature and for me. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Beautiful, man. Equality thrives, and I love your reading. Very sad and subtle way. Beautiful reading. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Millie Das. And please welcome lost poet Kanchan Bhattacharya. So please unmute and your mic. Kanchan, sir. Kanchan Bhattacharya. Sir, if you're there, please, please unmute your mic. Okay, I'll read a poem shared by Mr. Muralidhar. Mr.
Hello,
Muralidhar.
hello.
Yes,
Can you
sir.
hear me?
Please. Yes. Please go ahead.
Okay, today I would prefer to be invisible. I'm sitting in a remote place and by completely with nature in darkness. My poem today uses a word, limerence. And limerence is a state of mind that results from romantic feelings for another person. It is a term used in psychiatry and psychology, and it has been invented by a American psychologist, Dorothy Tenoff. My poem, therefore, is titled Limerence. I crave that dripping, euphoric kiss, not again, a sonata lost. How imperfect touches, and it reminds me of the fragrance of perfumes dabbed on the back of my palm from a spray can in a mall. She had asked, who would be the lucky woman? I said, I have no one, but it is hers if she said yes. She smiled and said, it was harassment. I said, pack it, please, and tell me your name. To a stranger, the tag said, and below that, in parentheses, I left a number in 10 digits. I left my purchase in the shop. Suicidal incline, she hates this dark loneliness, inhibition skill. In my eyes, whispers the dawn. Wee hours always tell me why yesterday was beautiful, the perfume. Oh, stranger, this lingering memory. In italics runs a story of unspoken replies of a stranger. She wants his touches, not on her lips. Her desire wears his fiery poems. The call came through. The call came through at 5:04 a.m., a fragrant whisper. The second poem, Incoherence. In rituals of love, I've touched her face. She never shied away. At times, little doubts did come into her eyes. Don't give up on me, I asked her. I am still yours, painting a new story in a life full of words. If I cease to breathe, I have found your lips. If I ever reached out, I have found your arms. The night grows a little older than the thousands before. Mesmerized by my dreams, I hear the brook murmuring through meadows green, passing by the spruces tall, as darkness walks in stealth before nightfall. In these sunsets on nearby crests, smoke signals rise over amber hills, telltales of longings unfulfilled. Every poem intrudes with nuances of moods. Every time I explore unmapped encores, seeking wild windward trails, billowing desire filling sails. Every poem is a strident song, a memorized dream. A Bedouin silhouetted on sand dunes stands for eons. A cloud in the starlit sky sails with the moon. In loneliness, he plays with the saddest tune.
Beautiful, sir.
Wait. Saddest tune. Straight lines have no stories. Straight lines have no stories, and stories come when there is a twist with extreme unhappiness. A story is about corners and corridors, locked cabinets, about spiders and lizards messing around with mistresses and wives. I am a story person and I ask, how do you define your own life? Someday, all the hurts you gave me shall become stories of love. Someday, all your kisses on my lips would be flowers. Someday, it would be white with snow. Someday, you would be everything I wanted you to know in a new beginning. The sum of everything is this incoherence, an inchoate affair waiting in the wings. Thank you.
Excellent, sir. Excellent.
Thank you. Thank
So
you. Thank you.
Anybody would like to react, if you could just go ahead. And I have a piece. Thanks for joining, sir. I have a piece shared by Muralidhar. He's an advocate, as a veteran advocate, is 85 years old. So I'm just reading out his lines. Every hour, every moment, fear, fear, and fear. This is the present situation of the nation. Leaders leading the country for their selfish need utilize every opportunity indeed. Eat any kind of grass. Jails have become guest houses for the sake of power. Make voters fools forever. That was by Muralidhar, Advocate Muralidhar. I got two pieces for you to share. The twist in the tale made everyone gasp with no heaving as they watched the scene unfolding, stories taken a leap into future making. It more intriguing where the roles have seemed to be reversing. Man is after mercy with begging and woman is being in the authority of ruling. But with a marked difference in functioning, the society heard no screams of cavilling. The uniformity is reigning and everybody is rejoicing. And the world is blooming with no tears dripping, a new order beckoning with a woman in position of governing. That's the twist. Hope you like the twist. And one more thing, one more. The howl of cries and the shattered dreams, the war of lords and the angry bob shelling, cosmos is at distress to see the ravaged state. Skies are at a surprise to witness the brimming chaos. Man has lost peace. Where is the harmony to rest in bliss? Earth is wailing over its lost fragrance. Everywhere there lies showered of blood-smeared skins. Everywhere there lies pieces of stained clothes. People seeking injustice of hearts to sleep in silence, yet the wanton roars scowling at the peak of madness. Children and women are its target to address with restlessness, and the realm of sentient calmness is at crossroads. This soil is for everyone who seeks peace. With only this sense, man will enjoy the tranquility. There should be no brutality to snatch the smiles of sensibility. Otherwise, this world will see the wipeout of human personality. Thank you. That's the end of the piece, and hope you meet next week, same time, same day.
Thank you so much, Prasanna. I think we should read your poem sometime in the middle of the program, not right at the end. So I think next time we'll do that.
Yeah.
And the message came through so very well, Prasanna. That is a clinching part, like, what humanity needs. But it is lovely to hear you in the beginning because many others are on the point of leaving. Let everyone hear you, Prasanna. You are
Molly,
yeah.
Molly ma'am, where can we find your book?
Second, this thing, Sneha. It is in Amazon. Just check Dr. Molly, children's book. This is the second series. First one also was there. It also got the award. Adventures of Children. Dr. Molly, Adventures of Billu, Dillu, and Thrillu. Thrillu is the magician. Yetarai Allallu. So these three. You can get it in Amazon, dear. Thanks,
Thank
Arab.
you.
प्रसन्ना जी अच्छा बोले आप.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
वही
Prasanna,
आप
for
मिडिल में
I
बोलोगे
missed your
ना
poem,
अच्छा है.
Prasanna. In between, otherwise you always say 2 or 3 lines, but today you did not say anything. You add some punch.
नहीं तो आपसे ही शुरू करना, पोएम आपसे ही शुरू करना.
Exactly. Let everybody hear. Yeah. Really so happy to see you, Billy. How long we met.
Thank you, thank you.
Nice being with you.
Hi,
Prasanna,
Didi.
our platform
Thank
is a unique
you for
platform.
joining. Thank you, Sreedharan sir. Thank you all.